Hey, good afternoon, everyone. This is Jeff coming to you from Florida. This video will be posted on our YouTube channel and also on TikTok. And of course, you can find me on YouTube at Man vs. Market. You can find me on TikTok at Man vs. Market. But what I wanted to do today is introduce you to our latest scanner. We've been getting a lot of requests for a detailed scanner for ETFs. One of the reasons is because ETFs are very low volatility, number one. And number two, the ETFs perform just as well as mutual funds because many of them are actively managed like mutual funds. So the universe of ETFs is there's over 5,000 ETFs. Now, what we have done is we have built a database of every ETF that's available, over 5,000. And we have all of the financial information, all the trades done on those ETFs over the past 5 years in our database. And we've developed what we consider to be probably the finest ETF scanner you'll find anywhere. Now, of course, this ETF tracker that we call it is only available in our premium channels. And you can join our website for free. You can join our Discord channel for free, and you'll get access to our daily stock picks and our overnight gappers, which tell you which stocks have gapped up overnight. But if you want to access any of our free premium reports, the fee is only $4.95 a month, and that goes up to $14.95 starting September the 1st. But I know for a fact you can't find this information anywhere at anywhere near this kind of price. You know, this is what we have is great. I know that because I use it. This is how I make my stock buying decisions and also my stock selling decisions. All right. So what I'll do is I'll take you through this report pretty quickly and then show you all the features that are built in. So what I want to do is just to direct your attention to the tracker here. And we call it the Smooth Mountain ETF Scanner. Now, if you're familiar with charts, there's a couple kinds of charts, all right? The most popular one is a candle chart. But what I have found over the past number of years, like 20 years, when it comes to looking at ETFs, I really don't like the candle chart because the candle chart doesn't tell me much since ETFs are very low volatility. And I don't base my decisions so much on a big red or a green candle on a daily basis because I'm not in there trying to day trade ETFs. I'm buying ETFs for the long run. So what I use is what's called a mountain format, and I'll introduce you to the mountain format, right? Because it really gives me some insight into how this ETF is performing over days and weeks and months, right? So what I'll tell you about is right here. So I'm going to read it right from the screen. The Smooth Mountain ETF Scanner looks for funds, these are ETFs, whose price path over a stretch of time, usually the last year, and that's what we did last year, climbed in a clean way. Not just up a lot, but without a lot of chop back and forth. And we say use the HTML version and click on any ticker to see the chart on Yahoo.finance. So we have a direct link from this report right to Yahoo.finance. The core idea, imagine two ETFs that both rose 20% over a year. One went up steadily, the other spiked, crashed, recovered, and ended up in the same place. The mountain format prefers the first. It scores, and we scored these, how efficiently the price traveled from the start to the finish on the look-back window. And our look-back window is 12 months, all right? So efficiency, how much net progress you got relative to all the daily wiggling. And then mountain is that idea turned into a 0 to 100 style score. Higher the score, smoother the path for the return that you got. Now, I don't like a lot of volatility. I don't like stocks that are choppy, that jump up 3% one day and fall 4% the next day, and then go up 7% the next day and fall 6% the day after that. I prefer to be able to sleep well at night. All right. And this report enables you to find the stocks that meet, or the ETFs that meet your criteria. All right. Um, yeah. And we show you what they're like. So let me just scroll down. And when this, if you have access to our premium channels, which I hope you do, and if you don't, just join the Discord channel for $4.95 a month. You get access to our premium channels. And like I said, that's going up to $14.95 a month, September the 1st. So you still have a month to get in at the old price, and then the price goes up. So for this report, if you want to display the HTML version, all you have to do is click this link right here, click More, and then click Download. And a window will appear in the upper right-hand corner of your screen that will open up this report in a browser, right? That's a quick step, but I'm just going to take you right into the report. So here it is, our Man versus Market Smooth Mountain ETF, right? Version 15. Over the past couple of months, this has been through a lot of versions, and now it's ready for a release. Now, the database of ETFs that we scan is 5,374. That's how many ETFs are actually out there. Now, in order to meet our criteria, only 186 out of 5,374 ETFs met our criteria. And trust me, every ETF in this list is a winner, a bona fide winner. All right. So number one, it has to have at least 257 bars of data. All right. It can't have gone down in last week. It can have gone down in the last 2 weeks. All right. It has to be up for the last month, has to be up for the last 2 months, has to be up for the last 3 months, has to be up for the last 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, 11 months, and 12 months. It's got to be up at least 12% over the last 12 months. All right. I will go into some of the other items later on, but all of these ETFs have to be up every month for the last 12 months. All right. They can't have been down any of those months. And they may preclude some, but that's fine. We only want winners in this list. All right. The other thing that we look at is that we look at the mountain. All right. And that's defined. The efficiency of the climb. This is new, which I think is very helpful. This is the up-down ratio for this ETF. How often is it up versus how often is it down? So here, XTAP, the Innovator US Equity Accelerated Plus ETF, it's up 1.8% of the time, which means if it had an up-down ratio of 2, it would be up twice as many days as it's down. All right. Over the last 12 months, it has returned 18.15%. Right. The next thing is, what is its SPY defiance? Now, this is something that, we designed ourselves. We take a look at stocks and take a look at ETFs, and we want to know how often did this ETF defy SPY. So let's say if SPY was down, then this particular ETF was only up 18.52% of the time that SPY was actually down. Now, that's okay, because just remember that these ETFs are made from stocks, that are underlying a group of stocks that underlie the ETF. And if SPY goes down, it has a dramatic effect on the market. But that's okay. So this one was down 18. This one was only up 18.52%. Now, if I scroll down the list here, here's CRAK, C-R-A-K, which is the Van Eck Oil Refiners ETF. When SPY was down, this one was up 55.56% of the time, but don't let that influence you. This is just informational purposes only, all right? The next is the ATR. If you're not familiar with ATR, this is the average true range. This is the percentage in price that this ETF will vary on a daily basis. The next is the maximum drawdown. So over the past 12 months, what is the maximum percentage that this stock has fallen? All right. And this is extremely low, 1.72%, which is great. Okay. The The next is the close, right? Where did the stock close? All right. If there's a dividend, what is it? All right. And we show you that. So this particular ETF doesn't have a dividend. All right. Some do. They pay quarterly. They pay quarterly, annually, monthly. Here's CIL. That pays monthly. Right? It pays a 1.5% dividend monthly. And then we get into the real meat of it. Right. So this particular ETF, what was it up? Was it up yesterday? Now, it's okay if it went down a day. That's no big deal. It can happen. All right. So for yesterday, it was up 0.46%. For the week, it was up 0.9%. For the month, it was up 0.9%. For the 3 months, it was up 3.6%. 11 months, 11.9, or 6 months, 11.9%. 9 months, 14%. 12 months, 18.15%. And over the last 3 years, this particular ETF has been up 60%. And then we show you what percentage of 3 years was this 12-month up. So this was up 18.15% for the past 12 months. For the past 3 years, it was up 60.35%. So basically, the percentage that it was up over the, as opposed to, compared to the last 3 years was 30%, which is just fine. That means it's really not overheated, all right? Now, some of these stocks can be kind of overheated, and that's okay because the market segment that they are in may have just really taken off, like ProShares, QB, all right? This one's up for the year 19.14%, but over 3 years, it's only been up 19.4%. So it's up 98% of what it was over 3 years. And then finally, in the last column, if you had invested $10,000 a year ago, what would that ETF be worth today? So for XTAP, it would be worth 11.15%. Now, what's great about this report is that any of these column headings you can click on. Let's say I only want to buy ETFs that defy SPY, like as much of the time as possible. I don't want to see this thing go down, right? So fine. All I have to do is click on the SPY defiance column, and we will resort the column for you, right? So here you go. CRAK, C-R-A-K, defies SPY 55.56% of the time. PJP, Invesco Pharmaceuticals, it defies SPY over half of the time, right? Right on down the list. And you can see there's not many of them that defy SPY because SPY has such a dramatic effect on all stocks. But if that's what you wanted, then you could do that. The next thing is, let's say I want the stock that's performing the best. I want the one that's made the most money over the last year. Fine. Click on this column, right? And it'll tell you HSBH, which I actually hold myself, right? This year has been up 70.35%. $10,000 a year ago, I'd be sitting at $17,400. Right? You can click on any of these. You can click on the 12-month return. Let's say I want to sort by 12-month return. All right. HSBH, 72% over the last 12 months. CRAK, 64%. COLO, 63%. IWDL, 57%. SCDL, 56%. Right? PJP, which I'm in, over the past 12 months, 48% over the last 12 months. All right. GSIB, which is another favorite of mine, which I'm in, 44.52%. Let's say you want to click on, let's say you want the ones that have the best up-down ratio. XTAP right here. Great up-down ratio. All right. Go down the list. Let's say, show me the ones that have been the hottest over the past 3 months. That's what I'm focused on. Well, COLO, C-O-L-O, has been the hottest over the last 3 months. Let's say you want the ones that are hottest over the last month. Just click on that. You'll see CRAK is up 17.66%. Now, I wouldn't count on it continuing because as soon as the events with Iran cool off, then this will go down. Reverb, R-E-V-E-R-B, up 14% over the last month. All right. Now, what's great about this, so now you have found an ETF. If you want to see what it actually looks like, all you have to do is click on it, and we will automatically link over to the chart on Yahoo.finance. Now, sometimes these stocks or sometimes these charts don't pop up immediately, all right? So I'm just going to select GMOI, which is one of my favorites. Here you go. Okay. Is this a nice smooth chart? That's 1 year. If I want to see what it's done over the past 5 days, I can click on 5 days. 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. And I have changed my chart type to mounted. Right here, drop-down list. If you want a candle kind of chart, you can get it. But for me, for ETFs, mountain really works best. It tells me, what are these little troughs, right? How is it moving up? How is it moving down? But you can change it to candle, right? Now, back on the report, when we bring the chart up, right at the bottom of the report, we show you what was rated highest, which was XTAP, right? And what was rated lowest, even though, and don't confuse the word lowest with a loser of an ETF, because even IJUL has been a great performer this year. If I just want to find it, ticker, scroll down to IJUL, right? IJUL has been up 15% this year. If I want to see its chart, I click on it, right? Yahoo.finance will bring it up. Beautiful chart. Show it to me in a candle format or show it to me in a mountain format. Here you go, right? And literally everything you find will have this gap back in March and April, because this is when the tariff scare came out earlier this year. So literally no chart is going to be without that, right? So that's it. That's our newest report. We call it the Smooth Mountain ETF Scanner, right? This is where I get all of my ideas for ETFs that I want to purchase. And it tells me when the dividend frequency is coming out. And it shows me how well I would have done over the past year, right? Which is really nice, right? And HSBH is actually one of my holdings. So it's a great ETF. I have many on this list. I have PJP, I have GSIB, I have VFlow, I have GMOI, I own Jive, I own SFlow, I own VFMF, I own QVAL, I own iFlow. Okay, so it's just a great report, and it will help you make more money in the market every day. I hope this has been helpful to you. All right, it's a new addition to our daily reports. It's a great addition. I'm sure everyone will find it very helpful and help you make more money. All right, thanks everyone.